What is going on, world? What's up, everyone? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing us a brand new Starcraft 2 video. This one is between two Zerg players on the WCS Pro circuit, spawning here in the bottom left-hand corner of Darkness Sanctuary LE, playing with the red Zerg pieces. He goes by the name none other than Nerchio. And on the opposite side of the map, playing with the blue Zerg pieces, we have a player who's not quite as well known, but one player that you may hear of in the near future. A player who goes by the name of Garitos. Garitos. I love that name, even though I don't know if I'm saying it right. I think I am. Garitos. Guys, he's not quite as well known as players of the likes of maybe the guy he's playing across the map, Nerchio. Of course, Nerchio, guys, is a very well-known Zerg player. Currently my favorite Zerg player in the world. I would have to say he's first, and a close second would have to be Cyril, but look, he's an absolute force to be reckoned with. Garitos, though, has shown promise just by watching the WCS in Valencia. Watching some of these games, it seems that Garitos is actually a pretty damn good player playing with the Zerg pieces, and I'm excited to see how he plays against another fellow Zerg player in Nerchio. Seems like both players are going to go with the quick hatch gas pool currently, guys. Relatively standard on both sides, but the ZVZ matchup is always very fun to watch, because it's all a matter of mind games and really getting a feel for what the timings are for, you know, different units coming out and when one player may be attacking and another may be defending. And it should be really interesting to see how these two players clash against each other here. So nothing out of the ordinary at this point. These guys, the supplies are nearly identical in what they're doing as far as their build orders go. Looks like the Zergling speed is coming up for Nerchio currently a little bit sooner than with Garitos. Two queens by both players, and then each one is also getting a couple of Zerglings out. So, very standard, very standard. I'm excited to see, though, what's going to happen here, guys, when these two players decide to clash. They're probably going to get a feel for each other, because the thing about the ZVZ matchup is it can get very fast-paced very quickly, and that's what I love to watch. I love watching how intense these games can get, you know, against each other. These two, you know, when the Zerg and the Zerg are both, you know, going at it, it can just become so chaotic, but that's what makes it so much fun to watch. Third base is coming up for our blue Zerg player, and it seems like the same can be said for Nerchio. His goes down just a couple of seconds later, and here we go. Looks like our Garitos is going to look and see if he can get any current scouting information. Really doesn't get much, but he was most likely able to see this Baneling nest, and that is a big deal by him, seeing the timing of the Baneling nest, seeing when it's happening. One Zergling is trying to harass this third base location. Don't think he's going to be able to do too much. Banelings are out now currently for our blue Zerg player as well. And it looks like this is going to get intense pretty quickly, guys. There are Zerglings as well as some Banelings that are coming across the map here. Garitos looks like he's going to try to get kind of aggressive here, and I like the decision. Trying to keep Nerchio on his toes a little bit is going to be really crucial if you want to beat this Zerg player. Trying to get the Shroud on this queen, it's not really working out here currently, but just testing the waters, figuring out what is going to work out best and the best way to attack Nerchio is what it looks like Garitos is trying to do here. So, third bases are out for both players currently. Nerchio seems like he's starting to move some of his players across the map currently, which he may start trying to kind of test the water, see what he can do here against Garitos. This is a pretty big army. I'm liking this a lot. Nerchio's got quite a few units, and currently We have this Garitos getting surrounded by this queen, surrounding the queen. He gets the kill on the queen, which is a pretty big ordeal. 14 Zerglings is the only thing that's on the production tab currently for our blue Zerg player. Spire is going to be coming up here in a little bit here for Nerchio. This should get really, really interesting very fast. 14, or actually 16 Zerglings are coming up on the production tab currently for Nerchio. And this is going to get intense quickly because all we're seeing is a lot of blue units are coming now across the map to take on Nerchio and his neck of the woods. Let's see what these players are going to end up doing. It is going to be a matter of time before that Spire comes up. It looks like the queens are getting surrounded here currently, and this should be very interesting to say the least. Nerchio looks like he took this engagement, maybe going in favor currently of our blue Zerg player Garitos, and it looks like he's trying to move into the natural expansion of Nerchio here. Nerchio is trying to get some spine crawlers up, but it looks like there is a lot of units currently for Garitos. These roaches are giving so much value currently to Garitos. He's moving into what is now going to be the main base location. He's going to see if he can do any more damage. Absolutely huge, guys. More and more reinforcements are coming now currently for our blue Zerg player. Another queen goes down for Nerchio. And just like that, Nerchio does have some air units in the Mutalisk here. He's going to most likely be able to hold this off. And just like that, these roaches are giving Garitos so much incredible amounts of value. They're getting so many kills on these drones here. But now with all of these Mutalisks out, I am wondering how this is going to work out. Garitos is still putting on more and more pressure here currently. And I'm wondering, guys, if he's maybe overstaying his welcome just a little bit. More and more of these roaches are going to try to get some value here. But with the Mutalisks now out, I don't think they're going to get much done here whatsoever. Our blue Zerg player is just now getting his lair, whereas we have Nerchio is happily mining off of these 3 bases. Now more and more of these roaches are here. They're trying to get the snipe, and they do get the snipe on that 3rd base. That is a huge pickup for Garitos currently. A massive, massive pickup. These Mutalisks are now moving across the map here. Already some Spore Crawlers are going to be in the 3rd base, main base, as well as the natural. And this is a very interesting thing. Seeing the lair as the 3rd base location, I don't know what I really think about that. That's a really interesting decision here. But we do have, of course, the spine crawlers. Nerchio does have some mutas, though. And with these mutas, he can really take out an entire mineral line with them. Looks like Nerchio is going to decide to go back home, though. He's getting some of his upgrades. That is his air upgrades currently out of the Spire. So I am wondering, it should be interesting to see what Nerchio is going to do to actually respond here. Garitos is still trying to, harass here. He's getting a lot of value out of these roaches. Tons and tons of value, to matter of fact here. He is getting a lot of value out of these roaches. But still, Nerchio now is onto his 3rd base location. Trying to get that 3rd base back up and running here. More and more of these roaches are just hanging out, and they're trying to do whatever they can, trying to get as much value as possible. And just like that, though, Nerchio's getting a pretty big force of these Mutalisks. And yes, Garitos is still trying. He's trying to, build up an army here. He's getting some Hydras out, which I like the decision with the Hydras quite a bit. That's really, really crucial, I think, to counter all of these Mutalisks. Zerglings keep on running around the map here. I like the decision making here by our blue Zerg player. A 4th base is coming up here. All of these mutas are giving Nerchio a lot of value currently, and it should be interesting to see what how Garitos is gonna, how he's gonna play this game. Now we're into the mid game here between these 2 players. An intense game so far. Nerchio going for that 4th base location, though. Very interesting. And seeing as how our blue Zerg player is getting 18 Zerglings currently, it doesn't look like he's planning on moving, into another base. I think Garitos wants to end this game right here and right now. He's looking at this and he's saying, okay, Nerchio's going on for his 4th base currently. I'm going to send some Zerglings across the map here. And all these mutas are kind of trying to see what kind of value they can do. All of these Zerglings are going to be basically picked up for absolutely free here. More Zerglings are coming down the left-hand side of the map to try to see if they can get some kills from these drones in the 4th base location currently. It looks like they are going to do exactly that. They're at least going to get a few kills. A lot of the a lot of Nerchio's army is now being retargeted here. But Garitos, also, with it all said and done, I like the position Garitos is in right now. He's got a lot of Hydras that can easily counter all of these mutas. It is a lot of Mutalisks. My God, that's a lot of Mutalisks. He keeps adding on more and more of these mutas, and with the upgrades, this might be kind of a scary army. At the same time, though, these all of these Hydras are going to be a force to be reckoned with as well, and they're going to be easily able to take out all of these Mutalisks. Like I said, guys, I like the current position that Garitos is in. He's got a lot of Hydras at this point, which is a great counter to all of these Mutalisks. And if I'm Nerchio, maybe moving across the map would be a smart decision. But it looks like Garitos is planning on getting aggressive once again. Maybe not. Maybe he's going to move back. He's got these Banelings that are rolling into this 4th base location of our Zerg player. And just like that, all of those mutas are going to make short work there. More and more of these Banelings are moving towards the 3rd base location currently, and it looks like these mutas are just going to make such short work of all these Baneling, the Bane bust that Garitos is trying. And now all of these Banelings are coming in, and they're getting surrounded, absolutely surrounded and decimated by not only the Mutalisks but also the Banelings of Nerchio. And just like that, Nerchio is taking a commanding lead at this point with all of these mutas as well as Banelings. I love this. Like, look, guys, at first I was kind of knocking Nerchio for going with heavy Mutalisks. It's reminding me of what was in Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Swarm. The Ling Bane Muta composition used to be so popular, guys. And I actually really like this. I'm going to have to maybe try this myself at some point or another. They're going to try to get the kill, and they are going to get the kill on this base so quickly. So unbelievably quickly here. These Hydras are going to try to catch these Mutalisks out of position here. And just like that, all these Hydras are starting to move back down across the map. Now, see, the thing is, guys, why I'm worried about Garitos at this current position is because he's still on 3 bases. He's not on. He has not expanded yet. He just tried to, but was completely denied that 4th base expansion. And right now, Nerchio is happily going on to 4 bases. And with that, all of these Hydras are moving into the 4th base location. They're going to try to get the snipe currently on this 4th base location. Nerchio can't decide whether he wants to engage or not. I think he's going to let this 4th base location go currently. And at the same time, he's going to try to get a lot of these kills on all these Hydras. I don't know if that's an engagement that you want to take, but with all these Banelings coming in, and then the Mutas on top, I think possibly Nerchio once again is going to have enough to take out this Zerg player. And just like that, Nerchio, with all of these with all these Mutalisks, is doing so much damage against so much value with using them. And just like that, we see all of the Zerg's army, that is the red Zerg's army, is now moving across the map. And we're going to see exactly what happens here. More and more Mutos are being constructed here, but at the same time, I'm seeing a lot of Mutalisks as well as these Zerglings are going to try to do crippling amounts of damage coming over to the natural expansion here currently of our blue Zerg player. They're going to jump right on top of all of these Hydralisks, and those Mutas are giving so much value for Nerchio. I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now, guys. This is just reminding me so much of the old days of StarCraft 2, but oh, guys, a nostalgic moment there in the mind of Nerchio, taking us back to the old days of StarCraft 2 when it used to be, for the Zerg composition, a Ling Bane Mutalisk composition. Absolutely awesome. I hope you guys did enjoy it as much as I enjoyed casting it for you. And if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.